ideally, and this is really ideally both people are staying in the commitment that the purpose of this conversation is to improve the quality of our connection. And I actually asked Emily that last night in the bath. When this came up and she wanted to bring these things up, I asked her, I said, I need to know what's the intention. Is it to improve, are we going to come out of the bathtub closer? Right? I specifically asked her that, you know, and I was pretty sure that that's, but honestly, I was saying it as a reminder to her and reassurance for me.
Well, because I did say I do need to vent. I'm not in a place where I need to let some Jocko languaging out. You know what I mean? Like, so of course he needs the reassurance that, are we going to wrap this away in a good way, or is this just going to be a container where you vent and then it's just like
And so to be clear, this is where two things. Always, anytime we have a conversation with somebody and we want to bring up something where we got hurt or where there might be, our intention always needs to be for the purpose of improving the quality of the relationship. And you'll recognize that there are times that that's not your intention. You want that person to know what they did was wrong.
Why wouldn't
How
you hurt
perfectly
like I
human.
did?
How perfectly human, you know?
Well, isn't under that just to be understood for how much pain you're in?
Yeah, but there's a fine line between being understood for my pain and you got to know what you did wrong, right? And that's where you have to self-reflect and be real with ourselves on it. Because, again, there's just times we really want the person to see it that way, right? So the litmus test,
punishment, you're hurt, right?
And the litmus test is even what's more important, for her to be understood for how hurt she was, or within that, ultimately to feel closer and to have more quality connection. Right? See?
I want you to repent.
Right. Because if it's more important for her hurt to be understood than to improve the quality of our connection, she needs to go elsewhere for empathy. Not to me.
Right, yes.
Right. And then once she gets enough empathy from Laurie Masters, then maybe she's ready to make the prime directive the quality of our connection.
Right, and people that tend to really play victim, they're on that incessant loop of just,
you need to know how much you hurt me.
Right. You need to know empathy for hurt, and like it's like this well where it's like,
And that's where, you know, we were talking about people who play victim. When someone has really had a series of life experiences that taught them that the best way or the only way to get their needs met is for people to understand how you hurt me, those are the people that's very hard for them to get out of victim. You know, and I was, honestly, I was in a 5-year relationship with someone like that. She had been traumatized. This was a girl who'd been raped twice in her life, violent rape, and she didn't get the care or attention she needed until people understood her pain. And so she really had a deep thing that to get my needs met, I need to point out how you've hurt me, and then you'll give me. And I actually unwittingly colluded with that for years.
And I'll look for evidence of why the world hurts me or you hurt me, because ultimately that's how I know I'm going to get my needs met.
And so it's a very painful pathology that goes on with a lot of people who run victim.
I just want to comment just like how much of ninjas you two are.
Right?
Yeah.
I was just curious, what is there something particular or specific?
Hearing the story about the bathtub and how you both approached it and like how you like regimented what your needs are and discern that process, and I mean, my interpretation of how you two have communicated that to each other, the boldness and vulnerability with how you're sharing with the group, considering how fresh it is.
Right.
Right.
It's ridiculously skillful. Like I experience you two as like the best in the world at what you do. That's like my interpretation of you two.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I feel humbled by that, and also a desire to commit to really continuing and living these tools even more fully and in integrity. That's when you say that, that's what comes over me.
And I'm so grateful to have a partner that's better at this shit than I am.
It's not
You're
true.
really good at it.
You're really good
Really
at it too.
good at
But
it.
no, I wouldn't say that I'm better.
That's so great.
Sure. That's good then. That's good.
In certain ways, maybe in
ways.
certain triggers. But in certain ways, you're way better than I am.
No, it's true. Again, you're teaching me about self-sourcing.
And you're teaching me about consideration of
And
others.
empathy, and empathy, yeah.
So I actually have